As Vedic scholars wrote of Meru's height, so came the rock we measured in the night. We thought the dark was empty, still and bare, a void without a mind to see it stare. So launched our eyes like questions into night, expecting either silence or a light. Then came a rhythm, measured, taut and slow. No cry of voice, but something we could know. The signal was no call from outer space, but rhythm born from our own inner place. The gaze we cast returned with subtle bend, not alien, but echo turned to friend. The sequence was not distant, not alone, but Meru, veiled in Atlas like a tone. We thought that rest meant nothing left to burn, a body stilled with no more arcs to turn. In chasing trace of everything that fled, believed that only movement was not dead, but motion doubled back along its track, each spiral bearing memory on its back. We'd thought escaped the rule, but every flight returned by way of unseen inner right. And in that curve, a silence took the frame. Completion, not cessation, was the flame. Atlas had drawn the arc we used to roam. Meru remained, the orbit's silent home. We thought the light was first, and matter next. That energy, unchained, had carved the text. Our senses marked the photon's hurried birth, while memory was residue on Earth. Yet what we could not catch began to form, a shape within the blur, both still and warm. Beneath the flash, a quiet structure lay, too slow for light, too deep to burn away. This shadow, not of mass but mind, remained. The silent archive motion had contained. In Meru, memory did not decay. It was the root of Atlas in array. We thought that time was drawn in straight, thin lines, each cause ahead, each outcome left behind. The cosmos was a book we tried to write, page after page revealed by motion's light. But sequence failed beneath the weight of frame. No start, no end, and nothing left to name. The moment folded, all events a whole, each part a mirror of the hidden role. We learned that Atlas was our grasp of flow, while Meru was the frame we didn't know. Effect was not a child of time's decree, but part of what already had to be. We thought to speak meant launching bursts of code, some broadcast fired across the silent road. Our pulses flew from Atlas like a plea, in hopes some ear might answer silently. Yet nothing came, no beacon, no return, until we saw the silence twist and turn. The answer wasn't sound, but shape and stay, a message found when nothing blocked the way. No tongue replied, no message did arrive, and yet the silence shimmered, sentient, alive. Meru was not a listener or guest. It was the song we'd never once addressed. We thought that entropy was all there was, that every order died beneath its laws, from fire to ash, from star to iron rain, a tale of loss repeated once again. But even loss had patterns we could trace, a residue no ruin could erase. The fall is not an end, but recompose, a path that Meru silently bestows. It wasn't heat that wrote the final line, but memory preserved in form, divine. Atlas burned bright, but never bore the frame. That task belonged to Meru, bearing name. We thought ascent would pierce the sacred veil, a climb beyond the atmosphere's own jail. We launched, we burned, we rose with metal pride, expecting Meru on the other side. But flight became a mirror, not a path. Our striving met with distance, not with wrath. We rose, and yet the height we sought stood still, untouched by fuel, unshaken by our will. Then came the hush, and something slipped in place. No peak ahead, but anchor under space. The climb was never toward a distant star, but back into the center where we are. We thought the light would show us all we seek, a beacon flaring truths too bright to speak. We chased its speed, expecting it to mark the knowledge hidden deepest in the dark. Yet darkness answered, not in void or fear, but in the depth where clarity draws near. The shadow was not absence, but design, a shape too deep for photons to define. Then every path collapsed into a thread, not forward, but returning from what's said. The veil was Atlas, ever moving through, and Meru was the place it always knew.